guys, this is the Don here with Yu-Gi-Oh! Gaming Channel, back with another deck profile for you guys. My bro, coming in what place and what deck you use this week?
So I came in 9th place playing Mitsurugi Ryzeal.
Mitsurugi, Ryzeal.
Yeah.
Man, what is wrong with this, bro?
The meta. I had to switch it up. I started taking this game seriously, planning to go to the regional.
Heck yeah, let's hop into it, my
All
guy.
right. So starting off with the Ryzeal package, you start off with running 2 ice. So your primary normal summon, best way to get to your other Mitsurugi or your other Ryzeal cards. Got 2 sword, 2 X. You normally run these cards at 3, but alas, they got hit on the ban list. So I can't really do anything about that. And then you have 1 node, 1 star Ryzeal. Node is easy, free summon if you have a Xyz on board, and then Starry can detach. He's a nice extender, very useful. Run 1 cross, 1 bonfire. Bonfire is your main searcher. Of course, that card got limited because this deck was too good, even though it's still too good now. And then you run the 1 cross to be able to set the 2 Ryzeals that are in your grave, or any 2 Ryzeals that are in your grave on bottom. Helps you detach for negates, keeps the grind game going a little longer if you need it, but this deck kills so quickly that sometimes you just don't need the grind game. Then for the Mitsurugi engine, we just play 1 Ame no Murakamo no Mitsurugi. On summon, he Raigekis your opponent's entire board.
Hold on. What was the name of that card again?
The name of the card, Ame no Murakamo no Mitsurugi.
Yo, I never be able to pronounce that, my guy.
Yeah, and then you run 3 Ame no Habakiri no Mitsurugi.
That card is nuts.
Yeah, this card is ridiculous. Being able to just reveal it to summon a Mitsurugi from deck and then tribute it immediately after, basically triggering its effect for free, and your opponent can't imperm it because its effect will just activate in the graveyard and it'll get tributed almost immediately after. However, what sucks about it is once per duel, so when you activate it once, you just can't do it again, even if you already have another copy. But it's still nice to run 3 of them because if he gets tributed, he can summon himself back and add a Mitsurugi card from deck to hand. So he's very useful and he comes up a lot during the combo. For the main deck monsters, you run 1 Mitsurugi no Mikoto Aramasa, Saji, and Kusanagi. Aramasa will add a Mitsurugi monster from your deck to your hand. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be adding Habakiri, because you're going to be using Aramasa and Kusanagi off the Mitsurugi ritual to summon Habakiri or to summon Murakamo. Saji adds your Mitsurugi ritual or your Mitsurugi prayers, depending on what you need. And then Kusanagi will add back the Mitsurugi ritual from grave when it's tributed. Helps you get some recursion. Of course, you play the 1 Mitsurugi ritual, you're able to add it back off Kusanagi, so you don't need to play more than 1. You can choose to play 2 if you feel like you're not going to be seeing it as much, but I feel pretty comfortable playing it 1. And then I play 3 Mitsurugi prayers. This card is ridiculous. Being able to just activate it as a quick play spell and tribute a Mitsurugi on your side of the field as cost, as an optional cost you can pay, is ridiculous. And it helps come up a lot, and it also helps you add other Mitsurugis to hand and brings back your Kusanagi so you can keep adding back rituals or adding back other Mitsurugi cards. Then for non-engine, we play 3 copies of Nibiru, 3 copies of Ash, 3 copies of Droll and Lockbird, 2 Fulos, 2 Valor, play 1 Talents, 1 Cross Out, 1 Called By, and then I play 3 Imperm. This is basically just standard non-engine. It's good against what people play locals. It's good against a lot of the top meta decks. It helps stop a lot of the top meta decks, and that's what I like about this deck. Since the engines are so small, you can run so much non-engine to counter almost any non-meta that your opponent, or anything meta or non-meta your opponent is trying to play. For the extra deck, you're going to be running 2 copies of Ryzeal Duo Drive, 1 copy of Ryzeal Detonator. You would run Detonator at 2 or 3, but alas, Detonator got hit, so that sucks. So you only play the 1 Detonator. Then you play 1 King of the Feral Imps. King of the Feral Imps is crazy because you just detach material to add a reptile. So if you don't see Habakiri in your opening hand, you can just summon him at some point during the Ryzeal combo, where you would summon like Eclipse, Twins, or Gallon Granite, or Aggregator. You could just summon King of the Feral Imps, detach, get your hands on Habakiri, and then go full Mitsu combo. Then play 2 copies of the Eclipse Twins, 1 of the Gallon Granite to search Nibiru. And then for the rest of the extra, mainly just play generic rank 4s. I got 1 Exiton Knight, 1 Masquerade, 1 Crooked Cook, 1 Durigas the Timeless, one Musketeer, and then for the higher than rank force, I have the one Aggregator. Usually I'm going to be sending this off of X to try to negate an opponent's card effect if I'm going second. Got one Zeus, of course, Classic Board Breaker, and then you have one SP Low Knight. That's pretty much it for the extra deck. And then for the side, again, side is just more meta hate. You got triple Artifact Lancia, Hate on Malice. Got Droplet, good going first or going second card. Got 3 copies of Solemn Warning. I decided to play Solemn Warning in the side because Dominus Purge and Dominus Impulse are busted, but they're expensive. And I don't have the funds to get my hands on these cards. So Solemn Warning is a really good alternative. It was basically Dominus Impulse before Impulse came out. And you got 2 copies of Lightning Storm, 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 D-Shifter, and 1 Great Purification. Great Purification can come up sometimes. That's why I cited in. Because you can just tribute a Mitsurugi monster to negate a card or effect. And then that triggers your Mitsurugi card effects. You can also banish it to tribute a Mitsurugi and then pop a monster you control. Or your opponent controls. So this card can come up sometimes. And you can search it off of Habakiri at any point. So if you need to, you can get it to the grave somehow. It is absolutely ridiculous trap card, but just not worthy enough of playing more than one, so I just side the one.
That's fair, man. I think I like it pretty much for the most part. I mean, your matchup seemed to look pretty good. How did you do today for your thoughts?
So game 1, I played against Malice. I realistically just didn't know how this deck was supposed to be played. I didn't know how to play my engines properly, how my engines were supposed to link. But then after the match, I was educated on some of the lines, how to play the deck properly, what to do if I see certain openers, what to do if I see certain starters, see an extender in hand, and that helped me play better in my other games. Game 2, I played against Blue Eyes. I want to say it was Blue Eyes Dragon Rulers. I was just able to commit to a grind game. We actually made it to a game 3. And it ultimately just landed on me being able to establish a board that was unbreakable, with Detonator having multiple materials, cross on field, having Nib in hand to stop my opponent in case it really needed to. I also had Murakamo on board. And I also still had a pretty full hand of hand traps. Game 3, I want to say I played against... Did I play against game 3? Man, I really can't remember what I played against game 3. I'll probably remember later. But game 4, yeah, it'll happen. Game 4, I played against Regenesis Kashtira, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I just bricked. I just bricked in the beginning game, and he was able to establish a board twice while I had no monsters on field, and it just killed me. So I really couldn't do anything else.
Man, that's pretty broken, Kim. Thanks for the deck profile, bro, and keep clapping, man. I mean, you got any shout-outs for us, my guy?
Man, first shout-outs to the Don, you know what I'm saying? Keeps providing the content, stays fresh with it. Shout-outs to Rick, all the boys out here. Shout-outs to Pink Kelly.
Pink Elephant out here. You already know.
Hosting the events, man. Shout-outs to Ian over there. Went to the regional this weekend.
Bro, how did you do, bro?
Well, I'm going this week.
Oh, okay. I was about to
forgot.
forget.
The regional is at
Yo,
this weekend. Hold on.
bro over here Malcolm X'd out, man. I don't care. All, you know, Black Power, man. Black Power.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo.
Man, and just shout-outs to everybody else for being so cool. Personal 2 shout-outs to Kyle Shook and Justin Miller. Those 2 guys, if it weren't for them, I still wouldn't know how to even use this deck properly.
Hey, man, thank you again, Cam. Keep clapping them, bro, and with that, we'll catch them in the next step.
All right, peace out.